My laptop is doing some kind of crazy stuff. Like, you guys didn't just see what I just saw. It was very weird. Like, my screen started, like, flashing. I'm like, my laptop is not having a good time. It's really not having a good time. Why, laptop? Why? Why are you doing this to me, laptop? I'm starting to feel like maybe it just can't handle 60 frames per second as much as I hope it would. I mean, do we really need to see 60 frames per second of this game? I don't know. I know my laptop is losing the will to live. It was like weirdly flashing. It like freaked me out. Like I was actually scared. It was like, I was like, what's going on? What is this? This is scary. But, yeah, anyway, so the problem is tomorrow, I'm doing my weekly stream with Mark tomorrow at like 3 my time. So that's where the problem comes in, because we're doing that tomorrow. And then, of course, Saturday is our stream. I'm thinking maybe, oh my gosh, like, the only thing I can think of is if we do like a test run beforehand, but I mean, we could do that because Sushi is Sushi still streaming in the morning on Saturdays? Do you know? I still don't have the new schedule down. I'm a terrible mod, I'm sorry. I didn't even mean to send that. Those are the cursed emotes. The Twitch global emotes are those ones that don't even have a transparent background are cursed. The most cursed emotes. Those are the ones that we all dread and fear. Are those ones. But yeah. Anyways, so yeah, those are the horrifying, yeah, 12 p.m. So that's where the problem comes in, is because I would say before the stream, but Sushi is streaming and we all gotta be there because we're all mods. The whole mod gang is just straight up gone from Sushi's stream because we're busy doing our own stuff. Only Thomas is there trying to save the day. Actually bad. Actually awful. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we can test it unless we test it tomorrow after the stream I do with Mark. Because I don't know how long Mark and I will stream. We usually do like about like a part per stream, which usually means about 3 hours. So if it's like 3 my time, then it's 3, 4, 5, 6. So it would be like 6 o'clock. But then I would need to eat, and so then it would be later. I don't know. I mean, like, we could test it that night, I guess. But then it would be super late for you. And probably, I don't know when Barry's time zone is. But if it's similar to your time zone, it would also be pretty late. I don't know. That's the problem. We might just have to wing it like we did last time. Like we did the first time we did it. Like we just we're like, let's do it. Let's go into it. And everything just crashed. It was good times. It was really good times. But yeah. Yeah, I think we might end up just having to wing it. Because I don't know if we have a good time to do it unless we do it late on Friday tomorrow. Thank you for hosting, even though the host might not last for very long because of how my stream is crashing all the time. I don't get it. It especially since like it typically only crashes at like the start of streams. Sometimes I feel like it's actually YouTube that does it. because at the start of streams, I have YouTube running, and that's the only time I have YouTube running. So sometimes I think maybe it's YouTube that's killing my stream. Because right now I don't have YouTube running, and it seems okay. So I feel like... Yeah, we could do it tomorrow night. Well, nighttime, my time. I mean, I guess it's nighttime, your time too, but it's like morning, nighttime. If that makes sense. Yeah, because that's the only time I would have to do it. But yeah, I feel really bad, Lulu. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyways, we should probably start the game already, so I'm not just sitting here talking about this kind of stuff for the whole entire time. There we go. I believe in me. Hopefully my computer doesn't die. Please don't die. 6 a.m. in your time. I can't get up that early, Lulu. I die. I die, Lulu. I can't. We wouldn't be able to get anything useful out of it because I am so not a morning person. Like, I legit, you don't even understand. When I woke up this morning, I, like, got up. I walked over to the bathroom and I started brushing my teeth. And then I looked at myself in the mirror, saw myself brushing my teeth, and went, why am I brushing my teeth? I haven't had breakfast yet. Like, what am I doing right now? Like, my brain was so, like, not there because it was morning that I was, like, just staring at myself, like, as I'm disconnected from my body, being like, why am I brushing my teeth right now? Like, what's going on? But yeah, I'm like, what? And I don't stay up that late. I stay up till like 4 a.m. I've never stayed up until 6. I have never done that. That is a lie that has been spread by Sushi. I don't stay up that long. I only stay up till like 4 a.m. usually, and not 6 a.m. I have never stayed up till 6 a.m. I have literally never done that, ever. The latest I have ever stayed up is 5 a.m. And that was like one time in my entire whole life. Usually it's either 4 a.m. And now that school's starting, I'm probably not going to even stay up that late. It'll probably be like 3 a.m. I'll probably be back to the 3 a.m. lifestyle. But yeah, anyways, let's actually do this. We're in the last stage. Last stage of this game. I'm so excited. We're on the last stage. We're on the last stage. I'm almost done with this game. The best. Good times. Anyways, I'm so excited for the fact that we're almost done with this game. We're almost there, guys. This is the last time I'll see this room. It made me a little sad. I'd only been there a week, and it had been a stressful week, but I'd gotten kind of attached. What? I would be like, heck yeah, I'm ready to leave. Bye-bye. Thanks for Thanks, this room? I don't understand this part. Like, why is she thanking this room? Or no, she's thanking the piglet. Never mind. I thought she was like, thank you, room. What? After a moment of surprise, the piglet responded with a series of gestures that seemed to mean, oh no, don't worry about it. Aww. Yaw. I've gotten pretty good at understanding them, huh? Well, maybe really I was just guessing at what they were probably saying based on whatever I'd said. My phone dinged and I looked down to see I'd gotten a text from my uncle. Trust your friends and good luck. You're almost there. He's always so positive. I smiled and with renewed determination sent off a quick reply. I'm gonna end this whole thing today. Subaru was walking with the piglets in the lobby. Yeah, you're right. Thanks again. I'm gonna close my eyes and listen to you. I mean, that's another way of, I guess, getting this game. I mean, you technically don't have to watch the screen to understand what's going on. You just gotta listen to my weird voices that I make. It becomes a podcast on its own. The piglet said something and moved off out of the room. Morning. So, what was that about? Is everything all right? Well, this is our last day here. I asked them what they were doing next. I guess after we leave, they're going to clean up and leave too. They did an excellent job, but it turns out they didn't have any experience as hotel staff. Have to admit, I was a little surprised. Oh, hey, Bjorn. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Love seeing you here as always. Hello. I just haven't slept much, so a visual novel is perfect. I know, right? The perfect kind of thing to help you fall asleep at night. They did an excellent... Oh, yeah, we already read this. Never mind. Is that what you were asking about? It looked like you were having a real conversation. You've been dealing with them every day. I guess after a while, I started to feel like I could understand them. Didn't you? Anyway, if you forget anything, they'll bring it out to the plaza. Whoa, I guess Moeshi isn't the only one who's figured out their weird sign language. Isn't it Miyoshi? Not Moeshi? Am I, like, getting that wrong? I was thinking that I'd probably overestimated my own grasp of the piglet language when the rest of our team walked in with Mai and Shirabe hand in hand. So we're all here. Yup. Today is the last day. Are you ready? He looked slowly across our assembled faces, meeting each person's gaze. Let us finish this. Yeah, time to get this thing done. Yeah, it is Miyoshi, Moeshi. Those typos. Just the last stage left. Like, yeah. We'll get... Oh my gosh, wrong voice. We'll get the truth and get the hell out of here. Okay. We're gonna make it. We're all going to make it. So let's go. Heck yeah, let's go. With a cheer, we head for the hotel exit. This is it, guys. We did it. Just to be safe, we left Mai with the piglets at the restaurant and headed toward the main plaza. I never remember his voice. I get it wrong every time. What was it? Tough luck last night. As soon as we arrived, he was waiting for us, or at least his voice was. It's the last day of our game. Never thought every single one of you would make it this far. You've done an amazing job. So I went to see you all survive. But I also don't want to return the hostages. What a pickle. Even if I managed to figure out what the piglets meant, the account was still a mystery. I've heard more convincing lies from a kid with his hand in the cookie jar. He frowned. If we beat this game, we want to see you in person. No more of this video nonsense. Very well. Oh wait, no. Very well. You have my son warned there if you succeed. I will invite you to the majestic Castle Hogstein. But beware, today's game is a masterpiece. It is a perfect climax. The beautiful bonds of friendship you built will be tested to the max. Oink, oink, oink. Will you be able to make it through? Let's find out. Off you go. The final battle begins in the Warriors Arena. Then with a click, he was gone. Our bonds will be tested? Bring it on! This is such a anime like climax. Like, our friendship will take us through. Nothing can defeat our bonds of friendship. Like, wow. Like, everything is getting ruined at this point. Like, everything that was cool about this game kind of, like, going at the wayside at the moment. Because now it's just getting way too, like, anime climax. Nothing on earth could sever the bonds we have now. Right, let's get going then. We all nodded and made our way toward the final attraction. Here we go. Whoa, that looks freaky. Alright, this one was based off of... Hey, come on, let me do this one. It's the last one. Itarashi was practically jumping up and down with excitement. He'd spent the last several days cooped up, and now that he was out, he was bursting with energy. Sure, go ahead. Awesome, thanks bro, I'll take it from here. Alright, today's attraction is Round Table Coliseum Nights 4. Miyoshi sighed. It's a fighting game based on a Arthurian legend. It's set in Camelot, which is turned into hell on earth after King Arthur's death. The 12 knights of the Round Table are fighting over the holy sword, Excalibur. Each character has different chakra weak points, so you hit those to get devastating combos. That's why it got so popular. I told you all of that. So, whatever. You're getting fighting games, right? I mean, they don't call you Aries for nothing. You can handle this, right? Sure. Leave it to me. He nodded, a bit more confident than usual. This is actually the game that got me that name. What? Well, I guess he's got a good reason to feel confident then. Good to hear. We'll be counting on you, Kota. Yeah, sure. As we reached the attraction, the sky got dark and clouds began to gather. Gloomy weather. Wait, nah. Gloomy weather? Yeah, this is totally the last boss. The building in front of us looked like an old, broken down coliseum. A sword and scabbard made a huge X over the entrance. Is that Excalibur? I barely had time to think that when Count Hogstein's voice echoed across the courtyard. Enter the Colosseum. Several piglets appeared to guide us in. On the other side of the door was an indoor arena decorated in a medieval European style. There was a sort of stage in the center of the room, surrounded by amphitheater-style seats filled with piglets. Yeah, looks like we got a full house. Yeah, but like, they're totally silent. Don't you think it's kind of creepy? Yeah. Even when they were just there to be an audience, apparently the piglets were still on duty. Welcome, knights of the Round Table. You must defeat the vile maids who would lay their great hands on the holy sword. Persevere, and Excalibur is yours. Whoa, look at the size of those guys. One of the 3 huge piglets that had just appeared climbed up onto the stage and strapped on gloves and shin guards. I think he's telling us to come up. So it's a real fight? I'll handle this. He cracked his knuckles, grinned, and leapt up onto the stage. I don't think this is gonna be a straight fist fight. It's cool. Just like the piglet had done, Mitarachi strapped on gloves and shin guards. I don't think he's really all healed yet. I hope he'll be okay. I realized I was holding my breath and forced myself to let it out. And your opponent's weaknesses hit their chakra points and obtain victory. As soon as the announcer finished, a huge screen flickered to life. On it were the outlines of 2 human bodies. The piglet's silhouette had a star on its stomach, and Mitarachi's had one on his shoulder. On top of the screen, each had a bar for their health. Fight! They didn't even give us a chance to figure out the rules before the fight started. Here we go, yeah! Mitarachi charged. His fist flew straight for the piglet's face. But it dodged lightly around his punch and reached out to gently tap one of Mitarachi's shoulders. Yeah! Mitarachi! What an idiot. Of course, the idea is you're supposed to hit the place it is. He screamed horribly and fell to his knees. His back ached and arched in pain as far as it would go. What was that? Down. A full third fell off Mitarachi's health bar. Are you guys idiots? You gotta go for the thing. The whole point is you're supposed to go for the thing. We just talked about that. Damn it, that thing shocked me like really bad. Man, it stings. He shook his head and blinked hard, then climbed to his feet. Of course, those stars are his chakra weak points. Yep. The stars on Mitarachi's shoulder moved down to his stomach. Watch out, Rusei. If you get hit on the star, it zaps you. Yo, I got it. He threw another punch, but the piglet dodged that one too and lashed out with its foot. He caught the piglet's foot with his elbow and managed to avoid the main force of the blow, but the very tip of his foot brushed against his stomach. Oh my gosh, you idiot! Ugh! No! His whole body convulsed again as he collapsed to the floor. His health bar dropped again, down to a single third. Stop thinking about this like a boxing match. All you've got to do is tap those stars. It's about fine ice, not raw strength. I know, man. I figured it out too, you know. Then do it. He stood up again, but he was starting to look a little wobbly. The star had moved to his right breast. You can't just charge at him. Use your head. But Mitarashi didn't hear or didn't care and leapt straight toward the piglet, his fist out. Oh no! Just as before, his opponent dodged easily and struck at his weak point. Mitarashi's health bar dropped again, almost to zero, but... You're mine now, bro. Forcing himself to ignore the pain of the electric shock, Mitarashi grabbed both of the piglet's arms. Yeah. He slammed his head into the surprised piglet's face. With a sickening crunch, it toppled to the ground, unconscious. Wow. Sometimes you just gotta take a hit, you know? Ha! Showed him. Yeah. As far as we could tell, a KO meant the piglet had lost, despite having a full health bar. I thought that meant that he got a KO. What? Well, like, he didn't hit the star once and he still won. I guess he did technically use his head. Itarashi's movements were a little shaky as he's made his way down off the stage and back to us. Good job there, buddy. Thanks, be careful. One hit could knock some of you kids out. They hit pretty hard. Mitarashi! But he'd already collapsed to the floor unconscious. I ran over to him as the second piglet stepped up onto the stage. Who's going to go next? I'll do it. But doing the game is different than real life, though. Like, very different. Like, you could be good at the game and, like, you would suck at fighting in real life. I've got pretty good reflexes, and I've played this game a lot. I should do alright. This isn't just about reflexes, Kota. I can't let you go. It's too dangerous. But he's like Ares, right? I think he can handle it. Good point. Good point, kid. He might be our best bet. Subaru looked over at me and I could see uncertainty in his eyes. What should I say? I would say we should trust him because he is... I don't know. I think he's trustworthy enough. I mean, even if we're not talking about the game aspect, but because, of course, like, playing the game and being good at the game is different from being good at fighting in real life, as I just said. But he has been shown to have really good reflexes. And I think that's, like, the main thing of this game. It's not raw power, but reflexes. So we have to trust him. We have to trust him. I guess you're right. He sighed. We're a team. If we don't trust each other, we won't make it through here. He gave Miyoshi's shoulder an almost fatherly squeeze. You can do this. We believe in you. Yeah. Miyoshi climbed slowly up onto the stage. After he finished putting on his gloves and shin guards, another silhouette appeared on the screen. This time, the Piglet Star was on his shoulder, and Miyoshi's was on his left leg. Fight. Fight! You can do this, Miyoshi! The Piglet started to move immediately, its feet dancing back and forth as it circled, but Miyoshi just stood there. It lashed out with a powerful kick, but Miyoshi dodged it easily, like he was just playing some sort of rhythm game. There it is! The ninja step! Apparently he named that particular step after watching Miyoshi dash down the corridor of hate on the first day. The Piglet's body language became more agitated, but it struck again and again, but Miyoshi dodged everyone with ease. Its frustration clearly mounting, the Piglet's attacks became more desperate, until finally it left itself open. Miyoshi ducked in and tapped its shoulder. With a shudder, the Piglet fell to the floor. Down! The health bar over the Piglet's silhouette dropped by a third. It shook its head and moved to get up. But... Sorry, but no dice. Getting in a hit on a downed opponent's a basic tactic. He lunged in, and before the Piglet could scramble out of the way, touched the leg the star had moved to. KO! Yeah! Yay! You dominated that fight. Gosh, they don't call you Ares for nothing. He didn't respond, just got back into position as the final Piglet climbed up onto the stage. Fight! Just as before, Miyoshi's strikes and dodges were deft and well-timed. But perhaps because this Piglet had seen what happened to his compatriot, Miyoshi couldn't manage to land a hit. It was looking like a stalemate until I noticed something. Wait, is Miyoshi kind of wavering? Is he tired out already? For real? The Piglet chose that moment to throw out an almost lazy kick at Miyoshi's stomach. Down. Miyoshi bent over his stomach, and the Piglet wasted no time in reaching for the star on his shoulder. Miyoshi! He dived to the side and rolled out of the way of the attack, right off the stage. Ring out. Damn it. He slammed his fist onto the floor. Thanks to you, now we know how to beat them. You've earned a rest. Let me handle this one. He balled his hands into fists and glared at the Piglet as he stepped up onto the stage. You can do it! Fight! With a grunt, Subaru settled into a fighting stance. His opponent stepped in for an attack, but Subaru slid to the side and the Piglet's fist flew past harmlessly. With minimal movement, he expertly avoided the next attack and the next. Look at him move. There must be Kendo. He tapped his forehead. Detectives have to learn either kendo or judo while they're at the academy. He must have chosen kendo training. Oh, that's interesting. There wasn't anything unnecessary in his movements. He didn't just have training, he was good. He lunged skillfully forward through the piglet's guard and delivered a hard chop to its neck. The piglet stumbled back as the sound of electricity crackled through the air. Wait, did he just hit the star with a backhand after that chop? I noticed something earlier. Everyone's trying to hit the star, which makes their moves predictable, makes them easy to dodge. The piglet crumbled to the floor. KO! My goodness, so the combination of that blow to the neck and the electric shock was enough to render him unconscious. Subaru sighed and wiped the sweat from his forehead. Wow, that was actually really easy. Wow! Incredible. I love how Hogstein's just like, this is it. This is like the best one I've made. And it was actually like the easiest one to get through. Oh my gosh. Warrior Coliseum completed. The voice of the announcer echoed through the amphitheater. That was great. Mitarashi had recovered enough to throw Subaru a thumbs up. Oh wait, we're not done. Never mind. I thought we were done. We should wait until Ryusei and Kota are back to full strength before we move on. Everyone agreed, but as we sat down, the announcer began to speak again. Your band must split in twain to seek out the sacred blade. Those who accompany you shall be your sworn brothers. Your destiny is forever entwined. Two doors at the back of the room opened. The implication was clear. You'll divide and conquer. Dollars to donuts, there'll be more tricks and traps, and we'll meet up again at some point. So, how should we split up? I'd like you to come with me, Saki. Of course! Okay. Okay. As I nodded, he reached out and took a hold of my hand. Yeah, there is. We're in love. Get out of here, Wakasa. Well, there's like something going on here. Huh? Why are you guys like holding hands? Oh. We both like go extremely embarrassed, but it was too late. All eyes were on us. He's like, when on earth did you find the time to hook up? Conducting some undercover operations, detective? Like, oh my gosh, this teasing is great. Hey, hold on a minute there. Wait, does this mean they all think we're together? I thought we were. I felt my heart flutter as I watched him try and explain what was going on. I mean, he's never said anything about, oh gosh, but he didn't say no either. No, what am I thinking? This is no time to be worrying about whether he's my boyfriend or not. Oh my gosh. I squeezed my eyes shut and shook my head to clear it. But I must have been daydreaming longer than I thought because the groups had been decided. Subaru and Shirabe would go with me, and Mitarashi, Wakasa, Miyoshi, and Urabe would be the other team. Nice. Alright, see you at the end. Buck at you, bro. We split up and headed to our respective doors. What a game. What a game. Once through, we found ourselves in a pitch black hallway. This isn't good. I can't tell left from right in here. Just put your hand on the wall. We can follow it. Right. Oh. I felt Subaru's warm hand wrap around mine. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine! His voice was quiet and close. I could almost feel his breath on my ear. Oh my gosh. I should say something. Yeah, as long as I'm with you. I can't believe we can't let our guard down is one of the things I can say. Yeah, as long as I'm with you. I know how you feel. As long as you're with me, I feel better. Keeping you safe helps me stay focused. Yay! We did it! I felt his grip on my hand tighten. After a few more turns, we saw a dim light somewhere ahead. That must be the next game. Sure looks like it. Let's move. Let's go! What the heck is this? In front of us was a dimly lit stage with a large screen stretching across the middle. It's kind of creepy in here. There was another set of gloves and shin guards up on the stage. We were going to have to fight again? Knights of the Round Table, win Excalibur with strength and valor and control the world. It looks like the game earlier, but there is no opponent. There's no opponent, I mean. Maybe they're hiding out there in the darkness. Well, I might as well give it a shot this time. No, I'll go. He held out a hand to stop Shirabe. Don't take this as me saying I don't think you can handle it, but I got a feel for this game last time. If I don't make it though, I know you can finish the job. Sure you weren't a general in your previous life? Sure, detective. You take point on this one. I got your back. Be careful. As he stepped onto the stage, the screen flickered to life, displaying an image of a piglet. In front of the piglet, though, was an image of Subaru's back. So I guess you'll be fighting through this monitor instead of in person this time. Is this the Kinect? We're playing on a Kinect, guys. It's the Wii. It looks like it's connected to some sort of sensor. Motion sensor, I mean. Subaru settled into his fighting stance again. The whole game is different. It doesn't have the health bar or the stars. They've added a timer though. You have 600 units of time, seconds probably. Fight! The battle had begun, but the piglet didn't seem to be moving. What? Why isn't he doing anything? The timer is counting down. Subaru tried another chop at the opponent's neck, but the piglet dodged it easily. He pressed forward with his attack, but the figure on the screen avoided each strike with easy, rhythmic steps. Then suddenly, it attacked. No! Subaru! Subaru! Down.
おいおい、もしかして今回は触れればそれが全て電流攻撃になるのか？
What the hell? Does that mean that any hit gives you a shock?
下手すると死んじまうぞ。
This could kill you. No! The piglet wasn't waiting for Subaru to get up and lashed out with another attack. He dodged and then countered with an attack of his own. Yeah, Subaru, get him! Down. The piglet's head snapped back and it fell to the floor. Wait, don't you feel like something's off here? Wait a second. Wait a second. You know what I think is going on here, guys? What if the person that we're seeing on the other end, like it's like on the screen it looks like a piglet, right? But what if we're actually seeing the other team? Like what if Miyoshi is playing against us right now and they're on the other side and we're fighting them right now? Like what if they set Miyoshi up to play the game and so we think we're fighting a piglet but we're actually fighting Miyoshi? And they're fighting us. Like, what if that's the case? I'm like thinking galaxy brain here. Ugh. Yeah, I can't quite put my finger on it, but something's wrong. I know it. 1 second. I'm like... Okay, there we go. Yeah, I can't... Okay, I already said it. In the time it took me to say that, both Subaru and the piglet hit each other again. Subaru, what am I missing? There's something going on here. They're fighting over that screen. The health gauge is gone. And there's something about the way that piglet moves. It's there. I've almost got it. I am pretty sure that it's the other team, right? I need to figure this out. Okay, so in this one, we're fighting over that screen, right? And there isn't a health bar like there was in the last one, but 3 hits were enough to take out even Mitarashi. But the weirdest thing is how that piglet is moving. It's really rhythmic, and it just doesn't seem like a piglet. Miyoshi had that kind of rhythmic thing earlier to his fight earlier. I wonder how the other team is doing. Mitarashi's pretty strong, and Miyoshi has the ninja step. So they should be fine, right? No, I need to focus on this right now. No! Because, as I said, I'm pretty sure it's the other team, right? So, maybe it's still the same, right? The other team... Rhythmic. Yeah. Yeah! I'm pretty sure this is it. I'm pretty sure I got this. Yeah! Yeah! It's the other team on the other side of the screen. That's it, the way he moves. It's the ninja step. Wait, that would mean... Subaru, stop! I think that's Miyoshi. What? He spun around, surprised. That's correct! Hogstein's voice boomed out across the room, and the piglet on the screen suddenly changed into Miyoshi. Subaru? What the hell's going on? Oh man, like what? Gah. It wasn't just Miyoshi, I could see the entire other team on the other side of the monitor. Hogstein, what are you doing? Hi, Sushi. Hello. Hello. Hi. How are you doing? Ayo. We're about to finish this game. We're on the last stage of this route. And then we'll probably see if we can find, like, videos of the Hogstein route and see how they're like. But we're pretty much done with actually playing the game. Like, we're on the last part. Finally, the end of this game, I know. It's been a long time coming, but we're finally here. We're at the end. I mean, visual novel games always take long, and I made it even longer by, like, talking all the time and stuff, so I wasn't surprised, but I'm glad that we're at the end so that I can move on to other stuff. I mean, I might take off Thursdays unless I can think of a way to do it without killing myself, but we'll see. We'll see. Because once I start school, I'll have school, the newspaper, and streams. And I don't know if I can do 4 streams and all of that, but we'll see. We'll see. My Mystic Spirit, your knights compete for the right to wield the holy sword. Only a team that survives can have that honor. Oink, oink, oink.
俺たち同士で戦わせる気か。
You're debating the same thing, but it's too late. Now, what do you mean it's too late, Sushi? What do you mean by that? You can always change your schedule. I just came home from class for the 2nd time today. Ah, I see. Yeah, it's like crazy. It's like, nah, I don't want to change it. Yeah. I mean, it definitely makes things difficult because, like, you already have a bunch of other stuff, and it's easier during, like, breaks and stuff because you don't have to worry about so much things, but now it's like, ugh. I honestly wish that I could just have this and just do this as a job or something, but too bad. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I just think that I might have to take off Thursdays for the time being after I finish this game to see if I would be too stressed to have a 4th stream. Like, if it turns out that I have enough time, then I'll bring back Thursday streams, or at least maybe have them some weeks and not others, like, depending on if I am good for it. But otherwise, I might just have it off and just... of course, I have to keep my other 3 streams no matter what. The Tuners, One Forgotten Game stream, the, if my brain will work, please. Oh yeah, my stream with Mark, which I'm doing tomorrow, and Persona Tuesdays. So those 3 things I absolutely have to keep. But Thursday stream, like, that was meant to be just my stream where I would play just some game. And it ended up just being Sweet Fuse over the summer because it ended up being longer than I expected. But it was meant to be a thing where I did, like, multiple different things. So, yeah. Going back to closing my eyes now. Read out Sploosh's messages for me. Thanks, babe. Okay, I will, Lulu. Also, Sushi just said, Lulu, go to sleep. But yeah, so Lulu has been here like the whole time just listening to the stream instead of typing out. That's literally what she's been doing. If you tell me to go to sleep again, I'm leaving and never coming back. Whoa! Lulu laying down the law. But, yeah, Lulu's been here the whole time just listening to the stream, because basically you don't really have to see the screen to know what's going on, because everything's written out, because it's basically a book. But, you know, whatever. Anyways, you're going to make us fight each other? This must be what he meant by testing our bonds. I bit my lip. You're not testing our bond, you're trying to break it. Oink, oink, if the time runs out, you'll have a tie and everybody gets a game over. How are we supposed to know who wins? There's no health bar. Huh? Didn't I already say that? Only a team that survives can have that honor, remember? But you too take a break if you need it. It's hard to balance this stuff all at once. Yeah, it's like juggling, keeping up all the stuff. Like for me, it's school, journalism, and this all together, juggling. And then for Sushi, it's like school, and I think work, and this. Which is also a struggle. Basically the same issue, really. But yeah. It's not fun having to do it all at the same time, especially if you want to still have like free time and just relaxing time and also sleep. Sleep is always good. But yeah. Hey, you notice every time you get hit, we up the voltage, only a few more hits before you die. I guess. That's insane. You're making us fight to the death? Yeah. That's horrible. Gah. Everyone was silent. If we fought, someone would die. If we didn't fight, then the time would run out and it'd be game over. You've only got 200 seconds left. There is nothing we could do. It's gonna be really boring if you guys just sit there until the clock runs down. So just fight, okay? Pretty please? This. Subaru had been staring down at the floor since Hogsmeade's revelation, but now suddenly he looked up and met my gaze. Trust me, Saki. I trust you! Don't worry! What? Shirabe, can you come over here? He leaned over and whispered something into the other man's ear. What are they talking about? Are you serious? I could hear disbelief in his voice, but also a little bit of fear. Please. That's why I recorded an insane amount of YouTube content when I had free time and pasted it all to come out over this semester. I knew I wouldn't be able to do that during the semester. Yeah, it's like, it's too much to deal with. Like, I already feel kind of bad because for the past 2 years during my freshman and sophomore year, I had been going to cosplay club every week, like every Friday. And actually for my sophomore year, I was the treasurer for the cosplay club. And I've met a lot of friends through that. I have a lot of really good friends from that club, and I've done a lot of cool things with that club. But now, because of streams, especially since I do streams with Mark on Fridays, I might not even be able to do the club anymore. So it's all about like give and take and like deciding what you think is more important. And I mean, like, I'll probably still like visit those friends and like try and be at the club for like an hour, but I do kind of feel sad sometimes about the fact that I can't really be there as much as I used to, but because of streams and whatnot and trying to balance out everything in my life, it's very difficult. It's actually really difficult because, like, technically there are other days in the week that I could possibly move it to, but then it usually is the time when I have journalism, and for me journalism is the highest priority of everything that I do. So I kind of have to put journalism above everything else. So I can't put streams on journalism days when I have to work on that stuff. And school would be second. So like I can't put streams during classes or anything like that because school is important to me too. So, and streams comes third, which means that social life stuff comes after streams. So it's like I have these 3 commitments that I have higher than my social life. So I kind of have to be like, sorry guys, but I have so many other things I gotta do. I don't have time to meet with you guys. I don't feel sorry. Like, I'm just like stating it. I'm not like trying to gain like pity points or anything like that. I'm just like saying like, I feel a little sad about it, and it just kind of goes to show like how you kind of have to juggle things. And I feel like the thing that, when it comes to having a lot of commitments, the one thing that tends to be the thing that pushed to the wayside is social life. I think social life always kind of gets thrown out the window. It's like, bye, see you later, bye, because I just don't really have the time anymore for it, I guess, with everything else. Like, I was already barely had time for it, and now I definitely don't have time for it. So I'm like, oh well, too bad, so sad. But, yeah, oh well. I mean, in the end, I'm still gonna try and meet up with people and text people and stuff, but I wouldn't be surprised if, like, my whole life gets basically sucked into all my commitments. It'll be great. But, yeah. I don't know where I was going. Yeah. Yeah. Just, it's a struggle. It's definitely a struggle. But, yeah. Please. Terabe let out a long sigh and nodded. Kota! He turned back to the screen and drew himself up. Do you have the time to listen to me whine? Yes, Azure. I always have the time to listen to you whine. I'm always here for ya. Hello. Welcome to the stream, Azure. As always, you've been here. But yeah. Welcome to the final stream of Sweet Fuse. We are finally here. We're at the end, ready to fight the final boss, even though that's not really how these games work. But we're here. We're almost done. Yay! We've done it. Woo! Oh my gosh, wrong voice. Someone has to finish this game, and I know you can do it. Now hit me! End this joke! Oh my gosh. Is he crazy? He held out his arms, leaving himself completely open. No, I can't. I won't do it. A chorus of voices from the other side of the screen agreed with him. Are you seriously gonna sacrifice yourself? How beautiful! How noble! You know what? Just for you, I'm gonna crank up the juice. It'll only take one hit to send him to heaven now. That ought to make you feel a little less guilty. Subaru, you can't do this! I know he told me to trust him, but I don't see how he can possibly get out of this alive. Do it, Kota. We've got less than a minute left. No! Just for you, I'ma crank that Sojo boy. That's Superman, that hoe, I'm money. You crank that Sojo boy. Let's never do that again. Let's never ever do that again. That was awful. Like, I have to say this story, like, it's a very short story, but, like, when I was in elementary school and that song came out, when that song came out, when I was, like, in elementary school, a bunch of guys in my elementary school, like, around my age, decided to join forces for the school talent show, and do that song. Like, they memorized the entire, like, choreography for that song, and they did that song for the school talent show. And this was a Catholic private school, and they did that song for the school talent show. I still think about that to this day. Like, anytime I hear that song, I think about those guys who straight up did that. It was great. I hope they won. I think they did, actually. I think they did win. I think, I don't actually remember who won. I know I participated in the school talent show every year I could when I was in elementary school. the first time I did it, I sang My Immortal by Evanescence. That was the first song I sang for a school talent show, and everyone loved it. And another year, I remember I sang like some Christian song. I don't even remember what it was. And then another year, I sang a Russian song. That's like a famous Russian song. Like I learned how to speak the Russian because my mom's Russian, and like I sang the song. So there's that. I did that. You Azure, oh my gosh. Also, my laugh like absolutely clipped the mic. I'm sorry. That's great. That's great. You. What a great clip. That was so bad. I don't even know all the lyrics to that song. I only know like a couple things from it because I've heard it like 3 times. But anyway, let's move forward. Let's move on. If you don't, we'll all die. Just trust me. No!
俺たちはチームだ。
We're a team, right? Miyoshi nodded.
互いを信頼し、力を合わせて危機を乗り越える。大丈夫だ。
So as long
俺
as
を
we
信じろ。
so as long as we trust each other, we'll beat whatever that pig throws at us. I'll be fine. Just trust me. He's like, there's only 20 seconds left. I'm so sorry, guys. That probably like killed all of y'all's ears. Another clip. Oh my gosh. Subaru! His body twitched once, horribly, then collapsed to the floor in a limp heap.
暗闇コロシアムクリア
Colosseum of Darkness completed. No! I ran toward him and dropped to my knees.
ちょっとだけ。
Move it! Move it! What? Before waiting for me to comply, Shirabi shoved me aside and tore off Subaru's gloves.
こいつの服を脱がせろ。
Hey, take his clothes off. Okay! I had no idea what was going on, but Shirabe seemed to have a plan.
俺を信じろ。
Trust me, Saki. I heard his words echo in my head over and over. I do trust him. Congratulations, you've won! It's the final, huh? We just finished removing Subaru's shirt when Hakusen finally noticed we were up to something.
よし。
Right. He yanked the electrode from one of the gloves he had pulled up and placed it against Subaru's chest.
おい、目押し。俺が合図したら1、2の3でパンチを打て。
Miyoshi, when I give you the word, I want you to punch the air. What? He looked up at Shirabe confused.
そう助けるぞ。
We're going to save him! What the heck are you trying to do?
1、2の3。
Ready on 3, 1, 2, 3. Are we using it like a, what's it called? I forgot the name of it, to help jumpstart your heart. Like you use, like, clear. That thing. I forgot the name of it. Like it's that thing that helps start up your heart again that doctors use. I can't remember. I'm sorry. Clear. Just as ordered, he punched the air. Subaru's body twitched. Shirabe pressed his ear to the unconscious man's chest.
1、2の3。
One more time, 1, 2, 3. Are you trying to resuscitate him? That's ridiculous. He's dead, dead, dead. You killed him.
もう一度だ
Again! Please, Subaru, come back. I squeezed my eyes shut, but
ダメなのか
damn it, it's not working. No.
誓うよ俺は死なない必ずお前と一緒に生き残る
Well, he lied. He straight up lied. He's like, oh, I'll be fine.
俺を信じてついてきてくれないか
Alright then, I promise. I won't die. I'll survive. We both will, no matter what happens. Remember that you can trust me, okay? Well, You said you wouldn't die. I opened my eyes and looked at him. He was right. There wasn't any other way, but... Oh my gosh, it's time for the get mad thing again, guys. It's time to get mad. Get mad, get glad. We are here to actually get mad in this game. Yay! It's exclamation mark get is exclamation mark mad. Yeah, there we go. It was funny. Dad. If Rick was here, he would have put the calm one. He would have put exclamation mark calm and would have been like, there's no calm here, Rick. The chances of his plan actually working out are almost zero, but he still did it to save the rest of us. He just threw his life away for us. Get mad. We're getting mad. Let's go. I think the voice acting was a little different there. Like, it was more like... It sounded more like she was, like, sad. Like, other times it was like... But this time it was like... If that makes sense. That probably made no sense. I'm so sorry. It took me a moment to realize the stream voice I heard was my own. Aww! Oh my god. I apologize. Subaru! He's okay. We just had to get mad at him and he was like, huh, she's mad at me, I gotta get up. He's like, oh, I was having a good sleep, and she's like, yeah! He's like, whoa. Good times. Anyway. His eyes fluttered open. Are you okay? I grabbed his hand and he gave me a weak smile. He's fine. Whoa! Look at his, like, 1,000,000 pack over there. He is so pale. He is deadly pale. I mean, I guess he just pretty much died, but it's kind of scary to look at. Like, whoa, he's super pale. I won't go down that easy. I made a promise to you. That's right. You can't die. I'll punch you if you do. He's like, oh, no, not a punch. Relieved cheers filled the air from both sides of the screen. Oh, man, thank goodness. When it had looked like he was really going to die, my heart had felt like it was about to crack in half. I guess I just like him a lot. Like, a lot. You just figured that out? Oh my gosh. I squeezed his hand tighter. There was nothing I could think of to say.
おいファルドブ確かルールでは生き残ったチームが先に進めるだったな
Hey, Hochstein, I seem to recall you saying that the team that survived gotta keep going, right? What?
フリーアナウンスはもう聞いたそして目押しもスバルも生き残ってる俺たちは全員で進むぜ
Well, you heard...
はなかろう
Well, you heard the announcer. We just completed this game. Miyoshi and Subaru survived. That means we're all moving on. Got a problem with that? I mean, all he said was, what? So no. With a click, his incoherent, angry ranting disappeared.
だいぶ危ない 橋を渡ったが結果オーライだな。
Damn, that was a real high stakes bet there, detective, but I guess you weren't bluffing.
迷惑をかけてすまなかった。
Sorry if I made you worry. We did it. You're alive now. That's all I care about. Goddamn, man. Think you maybe took it a little too far there? Of all the... I don't think I could handle such an ordeal a second time. Like, thank God! Subaru starts to stand up, and I rush to help him.
ついで本当に最後だ。
Alright. Final round, here we come. My throat hurts. Whoa. After leaving the Colosseum of Darkness, we found ourselves in a room dominated by a stone with a sword buried in it. Behind the stone was a throne. So, that's Excalibur?
おそらくそうだろ
Seems like it. At that moment, Miyoshi and his group came in through another door.
ようさっきはやってくれたじゃねえか。
Hey, that was a hell of a show, man.
う。体はもう大丈夫なのですか。
Are you feeling recovered? I mean, I guess that's not that weird of a sentence, but I don't know, something about it just seemed weird.
ああ少しの間気を失っていたおかげで休憩ができた。
Yes, in fact, I'm feeling a little better. Being unconscious gave me a little time to rest. Oh my gosh, Subaru. Are you serious? We all laughed and grinned, happy to be together.
ようこそ政権の前へ。選ばれし騎士よ。今こそ政権を抜け王の座を手にするのだ。
Welcome one and all to the Chamber of the Holy Sword. The Sword of Kings is yours to hold, chosen knights. Take it and claim the throne.
どうやらここが最後の部屋のようだな。
This must be the last room.
今こそ政権を抜け。
Take the sword.
政権を調べてみよう。
Take the sword, huh? Guess we better have a look at it then. We headed up to the stone and the sword. Up close it was big. Really big. Can we really get that thing out of there?
どうもこの岩に何か仕掛けがあるよ。
I imagine there's some sort of puzzle or mechanism in the stone, but...
おいちょっと待ってくれ。
Hey, hold up. As we've been examining, Mitarashi had just gone ahead and grabbed the sword. Did you find something?
この剣重くてびくともしねえかと思ったが動くみたいだぜ。
I thought this sword would be too heavy to move, but I don't think it is. He won't be getting much rest when this game is over. Oh my gosh, Ash. I would expect something like that from Lulu, but I guess you gotta fill in for her now that she's trying to sleep. There has to be the lewd representative in chat. Oh yeah, I already said this. Yeah, you're right. It did look heavy, but when Mitarashi put all of his weight against the hilt, it moved a tiny bit.
みんなで引っ張れや持ち上げられるんじゃねえのか。
Maybe if we pull it all at the same time, it'll come out.
そんな簡単にいくかな。
She's trying to sleep. Yeah, she's trying to take, I guess, a little nap before Sushi stream. So she's like, basically what she says is she's listening to the stream while having like her eyes closed and laying down. Because this is a type of stream you don't really need to like look at to experience it, since it's a visual novel. No way it's like that easy.
まあ試してみてもそうはないかも。
Well, we won't know if we don't try.
よしみんなで抱えるぞ。
Alright then. Oh wait, alright then, let's pull it out. We all arranged ourselves around the stone, grabbed the sword, and pulled. Whoa, it's heavy.
なんとか抜き取れそうだ。
Yeah, but I think it's moving. After a minute or so of grunting and straining, we managed to lift the sword out of the stone and drop it onto the floor. Wow, that's it!
クリア。
What an ending! That's the last room of this game. I feel like as the game went on, like, the rooms just got easier and easier, I feel like, as the game went on. Like, it started off, like, really difficult and hard to understand, and then by the end of it, it's been, like, wow. Also, I forgot to tell you, Fragile Dreams is on YouTube now. Yay! I love that game so much. Like, I really, really love that game. It's one of the really good Wii games that I wish more people knew about. But yeah, I definitely want to do that maybe someday, that game. But yeah. Fragile Dreams, more like Fragile Azure. Glorious throne room completed. I can't believe we're done. Yeah, what? Seriously? It's like, that's it. We did it. Even Saki is just like in game, like, what? Really? We're done? What? It was way harder in previous areas. This is like the easiest area. What a terrible area to have the climax in. And then Hoxine just comes in like, what are you talking about? And she's like, you know, Hoxine, like, at the beginning of this, you said that this was your greatest masterpiece. But this was honestly the most boring one out of all the ones you've had so far. Like, no joke. Like, as a critic, like, on the outside, like, not even thinking about the fact that I could have died this whole time. Like, the other stuff was way more interesting than this last one. I feel like you really just threw this one together at the last minute and hoped it would work. Love you, Azure. The game's not over yet. I feel like we're pretty much there, though.
何だったんでしょう、この仕掛けは。
What could the puzzle have been here? It was a puzzle, and they're just like, you know, we could have just pulled it out. And Hoxine's in the background like, oh my gosh. These nerds. They totally ruined it.
まさかとは思うが、ワルドブーの想定では、ここにたどり着くのは多くても4人だったはずだ。
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think Hoxine assumed that only half of us would get here, in which case we wouldn't have been able to remove it.
7人の力で剣を抜きにかかるなんて、想像もしていなかったのかもしれないな。
He probably never guessed that all 7 of us would make it here somehow. Yeah, he's an idiot. We've already learned that Hoxine pretends that he's super smart, but really he's a dum-dum. Like, he's the dumbest dum-dum. Azure, I'm playing the Dragon Quest demo right now. Nice, Sushi. This game is fantastic, I know. It's incredible. Like, it's basically like if Danganronpa was a dating sim and the characters were all stupid, including the main antagonist. Like, they're all dumb. Like, instead of being all smart and, like, figuring stuff out and, like, Monokamna being, like, the most evil thing in the world, you have, like, all these dum-dums. Azure, you're not a dum-dum. We all love ya.
何それ、最後の最後でこれってワルドブって相当抜けてるね。
Huh? Seriously? Oh man, he really should have planned it out better.
まったく拍子抜けだ。
Well, damn, that was a little anticlimactic.
まあ、楽でよかったけどね。
Fine with me. Oh wait, no, fine with me. I'll take it.
なんかしまんねえな。
Lulu fell asleep. Wait, how do you know that, Sushi? Do you have like psychic powers? You could just sense, oh, Lulu's asleep now. Like, just as soon as she falls asleep, you're like, ah, Lulu's no longer awake. You have like a psychic connection. Yeah, I'm the guy from Psych. But the guy from Psych doesn't actually have psychic powers. That's the point, Sushi. He doesn't actually have the powers. He just says he does because no one would believe him if he just said, I'm really good at noticing things. It's kind of the same with Sherlock Holmes, where, like, Sherlock Holmes would figure out this stuff. And then people would be like, oh my gosh, Sherlock, how did you figure it out? And he's like, I just noticed this. And everyone's like, oh, I thought you did something cool. And he's like, well, you guys didn't do it. It's basically the same thing, but in Psych, where it's like he notices stuff. And if he were to just say, like, I just noticed this detail, people would be like, uh-huh, okay. But if he says, like, which really goes to show how, like, weird people are, because people are more willing to believe him if he says something like, oh, I foreseed it in the future or whatever, rather than him saying, oh, I noticed this detail on the ground. Like, that just amazes me, how people are more willing to believe him and accept him on the basis of him being a psychic than what he actually does. I know she's asleep because she didn't respond to me, yeah. Yeah, Psych is fantastic. In the early seasons, there's, like, a couple episodes that are a little, like, not great. But it's also, you know, a product of it being from, you know, early 2000s. So there's going to be some weird issues here and there. But overall, I would say the whole show is really great. And it's probably one of my favorite detective shows. Just because even though it's a detective show, it's, like, a comedy, too, a lot of the time. So it's, like, really funny as well as being a detective show, which is great. And I've seen a lot of detective shows because my whole family, we're all mystery junkies, so we've watched a lot of mystery shows. Like, a lot. Like, I could recommend a ton of really good mystery shows because I've just seen so many of them. Like, Sushi, I could give you a list of what I consider to be, like, some of my favorite mystery shows if you ever want to check out some others. But yeah, Psych is definitely a fave of mine. Anyways. Dang, I feel kind of cheated. We were all grinning.
ゲームステージ7を完全クリア魔王に謁見する権利を入手しました
Stage 7 is complete. You have been granted an audience with the Count. And just like that, we were done with 7 days of Deadly Games. Wow. What a anticlimactic ending. Wow. Wow. The writing in this game is not the greatest. I'm gonna admit, like, this is probably one of... Like, I kind of hate the fact that this is the first... That, first of all, that this is one of the only visual novel games to be localized here in the West on the PSP, because there was a lot of really good Otome visual novel games on the PSP in Japan. Like, a lot of really good ones. And the fact that this is the one they decided to bring over, this one, I mean, it's not bad, but it's not entirely good either. Like, the team is kind of, like, the story is kind of lackluster. Like, this part feels really anticlimactic. Like, oh, now we're done. Like, okay. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of really good Otome games out there, and this is, like, okay. Time to write an essay on this game, Anya. YouTube video essay. I will. No, I will. I don't even, I have a YouTube channel, but it's, like, my private YouTube channel that I just use to, like, listen to music and stuff. But yeah. I can't tell you a single thing that's happened in this game. And Azure, you've been here this whole time. You've been here during this entire game, and you don't even know what happened. Because it's just not that great. But yeah, it's why, like, on one hand, like, I'm glad to show off this game as being like, oh, this was one of the only ones that actually came over for the PSP, and that's pretty cool. But at the same time, like, I kind of wish... Like, I kind of want to do other Otome games just to show, like, people, like, Otome games can be really good. Like, there are some that are really amazing with amazing art, amazing storyline. Like, there's some really, really good ones out there that I definitely want to show off someday. Like, Hakuoki, that series is amazing. What else? Code Realize. I love that game with all my heart, mind, and soul. That story and art and everything is amazing. So there's a lot of good ones out there, but this is not one of them. This one's like, okay, it's not bad, but it's not good either. It's kind of just like, I'm in the middle, like, I had an okay time, but I'm glad we're done with it, is my feel. Like, I know a visual novel is good if by the time I get to the end, I wish that it wasn't the end, you know? And I've played visual novel games where I get to the end of the game and I'm sad that it's over because it was just that good, that I got so invested in it that I wished it wouldn't end. But this isn't one of those games. This game, I'm like, I'm glad we're done with it. Like, it was fun while it lasted, but I'm ready to go. I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to get out of Dodge. Good work, team. Now we just have to corner the final boss. Let's go. We made our way toward the door that shone with a brilliant light. All I know is we get mad a lot. I mean, that's the only part that really mattered, though, Azure. That was the only part. That was literally the only part that mattered in this whole game, was that we could get mad. That was literally the best part of this game and the only part that mattered. So really, Azure, you remember the most important aspect of this game, and that's all that really matters. I can't really get with visual novel games. I just need more for my game, if that makes sense. I think, Sushi, I think you would like Ace Attorney games. I don't know if you've ever played any of the Ace Attorney games, but that game is enough of, I think it has enough gameplay to keep people engaged if they're not visual novel peeps. Because I've always been a visual novel peep. I've played tons of visual novel games in my lifetime. Yeah, the Ace Attorney series is a very good visual novel series for people who typically don't like visual novels. Because it's a visual novel series that has enough gameplay to keep people who typically would get bored by visual novels engaged. So, yeah. They're really good. I definitely recommend them. I've played basically all of them. And I mean, I'm doing it right now with Mark. And Mark also is not really the type to play visual novel games, but he says he really likes it so far. And I've heard from tons of people who say, like, I don't like visual novel games, but I like the Ace Attorney series. And it's because Ace Attorney is definitely more engaging than, like, 99% of visual novels. A lot of people also like the Danganronpa series, and again, that's because the Danganronpa series is more engaging than most visual novels. So there's a lot of series. Yeah, he does play Monster Prom, that is true. But again, with Monster Prom, it's again another one of those things where there's enough of an engaging aspect of the game that you can handle, like, a lot of the talking. Like, yes, Monster Prom is a visual novel in the sense that there's a lot of talking, but again, just like with Ace Attorney or Danganronpa, there's enough gameplay to keep you engaged despite all the talking. You know, like, it doesn't stay in just this. Like, with this game right here, we have gameplay once in a blue moon. Otherwise, we're always just talking. And while I'm okay with that, because I've played so many visual novel games, and I'm totally fine with just clicking through, as long as the story is interesting enough. Because that's another thing, is that's the reason why I said that in some ways, like, I'm glad to have played this game, but in others, I'm, like, kind of upset that this was my first one I could show to all of y'all, because I feel like a lot of times people think long-term visual novel games are bad because of games like this, where the story is really lackluster. Long-term visual novels can be good if the story is really good. You gotta treat it just like reading a good book, you know? Like, it's kind of in the same vein, except there's some interactivity to it. And so that's why the ones that are good are the ones that have really good story to them. And then it's fine even if there's a lot of talk. Like, as I said, Hakuoki or Code Realize. Like, those visual novels, there's a lot of talking. But the storyline is so good that you're willing to go through all of that, you know? And then there is, of course, the visual novels like Ace Attorney or Danganronpa, or I guess you could count Monster Prom too, where there's enough gameplay and like some interesting ideas and things that keep you entertained as well. But this game doesn't have any of that. It doesn't have the interactivity that games like Ace Attorney or Monster Hunt or Monster Prom or anything like that has. It doesn't have that to keep people engaged. And on the other hand, it's not like Code Realize or Hakuoki or Sinnoh's favorite game, Umineko. I never remember how to say the full name. It's like Ni Naku Koro ni. That game, that's actually Sinnoh's favorite game, like one of his favorite games of all time. And it's mostly just text, like pretty much all text. But the story is just so good that you don't mind that it's just all text. And that's why it's like a favorite of his. That, and then of course there's games like the Nonary series, like 999 and Virtue's Last Reward and all that, which goes more in the Ace Attorney category of having gameplay to keep you engaged. But this game here, Sweet Fuse, does not have either side of that spectrum. It doesn't have the interactivity to keep you engaged, and it doesn't have the story to keep you engaged. So it doesn't have anything that really keeps a person engaged. Like, that's why it's not a good visual novel to me. Because the storyline is very lackluster, and there isn't gameplay to try and make up for the lackluster storyline. So it has the worst of both worlds, basically. Like, it was like trying to be both, and it got neither. Basically. If that makes sense. So I definitely want to show off more visual novels in the future to show how there's visual novels that can be very gameplay oriented, like the Ace Attorney series or the Nonary Games series, and how good those games can be because they're more gameplay oriented despite being visual novels. And I also want to show visual novels that don't have a lot of gameplay in it, but are still really, really good because the storylines are just that good. So that would be like Code Realize, Hakuoki, and a bunch of others, as I said. And I definitely want to show both sides of that to show that, yes, visual novels are a good medium if they're done well. And that's the main thing, is there's a lot of them out there that are garbage. And I know this because, as I said, I've played a lot. I've played so many visual novels, and a lot of them are trash. A lot of them are not good, because people seem to think, oh, making a visual novel is easy. You just gotta write the story and have some quirky characters or whatever. But it really needs a lot more work than that. You really have to put a lot of effort to make a visual novel game a good experience for people. Because otherwise it can just be very boring. And this one is an example of a visual novel game that is kind of boring. And not great. And I definitely want to show ones that are good. But anyways, I went on a whole rant about that. Just play good games. So as I keep saying, there are good visual novel games. There's a lot of good visual novel games. But there's also a lot of trashy visual novel games. And the trashy ones tend to get more attention. A lot more people have played the trashy ones and think, oh, I hate visual novels. I can't get into visual novels. No, you were just playing bad visual novels. Like, even John Wolfe, for those of you who know who John Wolfe, has liked series like the Danganronpa series. Because even though, yes, it's a visual novel game, it's a visual novel game that's really good. And so even he's like, yeah, I like that series, and has played through all the games, and got Kimmy to play those games with him because he likes that series that much. And it's a visual novel series. So. Anyways, I went on a whole rant. I'm so sorry, everyone. I went on a whole rant about that. But yeah, I'm very passionate about this because I do like, there's been a lot of visual novel games that I've really enjoyed and I had a lot of fun with. So, and I kind of wish that more people could experience that too and see how they can actually be really fun if you just play the right ones. But yeah, and I guess part of it also came back to me because of the fact that this game is not great. But yeah. I appreciate the passion you have for this. Also, hi Emric. Hello. And hi Yosoy. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Hi, how are you both? I hope you're both doing well. We're just at the final part of Sweet Fuse, and I'm kind of giving a little video essay about visual novels and why some are good and others are bad, and why this game is one of the bad ones and not one of the good ones. And I kind of said that this is the first, or for example, Sushi, remember when I played those Angela He games a couple weeks back, and it was like a visual novel experience, but it was still fun? Like, do you remember that, Sushi? I don't know if you remember. But yeah, like, that's an example of a visual novel that's done right, where yeah, there's a lot of text, but it's still engaging and the story's interesting, and it doesn't become dull like this did. Living the dream, yeah. Nice. Wait, Yosoy, what do you mean by living the dream? But have you played the He-Man visual novel? No, I have not, Azure, and I don't think I want to. I don't know if I would want to play the He-Man visual novel. I have seen that one video, though, that meme video, a lot of times, that hey, yeah video. It's one of my favorite meme videos of all time, to be honest. I actually know all the words to that song because of that video. And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out, what's in my head, and I am feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and get real high, and I sing at the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. I say, hey, what's going on? Woo! I know the whole song, but I'm not going to sing the whole song. But how can you do a video essay about visual novels without having played He-Man? Hey, I've played a lot, okay, Emric? I've played a lot. I don't have to play the... But you know what? If you guys really want me to play the He-Man visual novel, I'll play it. I remember when that song was everywhere, I know. Good times. But yeah. Anyways, I'm guessing the He-Man visual novel is also a meme. I've honestly haven't heard about it until just now, with you guys mentioning it. I've never heard of the He-Man visual novel. Anyways, I want to finish this game. We still gotta figure out what the pig rat is all about on YouTube, because I'm not playing it. First off, congratulations. But Sushi, you're a baby. That song came out in 1993. Yep, that was before both of us were born. It is true. As soon as we found ourselves outside of the attraction, Hogstein began to speak. I could hear restrained anger in his voice. You've earned an audience with the magnificent Count Hogstein. Please make your way to Castle Hogstein. Yeah, both Sushi and I are the same age. Then, wait, why am I using that weird voice there? Then he hang up. Why was I using, where did my actual voice go? Whoa, the castle looks way too over the top. Like, are we playing Castlevania right now? We stood at the foot of the Castle Hogstein, and at the foot of Castle Hogstein, and gazed up at the towers that seemed to scrape the sky. Finally, I've been waiting for this fight all week. Yeah. Nitarashi's excitement was infectious, and our steps sped up as we headed toward the entrance. The door swung open with a heavy creak. This is creepy.
何が待ち受けているのかわからない。
Like, we step in there and we all die. I would be like, actually, you know what? This game was great. If that was the ending to this game, I would be like, you know what? That was a good ending. I would be into that. Keep your guard up. We don't know what might be waiting for us in there. Right. I'm ready for the end of this game. That's what I'm waiting for here. Slowly, carefully, we stepped inside. We'd been in the castle once before on the first day, but it felt so long ago. The cage! It's gone! All the hostages, including my uncle, had been in a huge cage in the middle of the room. Where had it gone? You've defeated me totally and completely. I was enjoying being evil, but I guess it's time to finally play the piper. Also, why did he say pay the piper? Isn't it pay the price? He looked dejected.
人質はどこだ？
Where are the hostages? Oh, I let them go already. You beat the game. I didn't have a choice. This is why you never tell people online your age. I've been added. I thought everyone here already knows how old we both are, so... What? Oh, he let the hostages go. I don't know if I said that. Wait, like, really? I bet there's some serious chaos going on outside right now. Hear that? Oink oink. Sure enough, in the distance I could hear the faint sound of police sirens. Had they already heard the hostages had been released? Doesn't help that Lulu brings it up every 5 seconds on my stream. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, it's the main reason why I didn't start streaming until, like, recently, is because I'm like, I feel like it would be weird if I was still a teenager and I was already streaming. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It was, like, weird thoughts in my head. Is it then? You're free now. What are you gonna do?
とりあえずてめえを一発ぶん殴れ。
I'm gonna start by kicking the shit out of you. He charged toward Hogsine and we followed, but...
なんだこりゃ。
What the hell?
透明の壁
A wall? We slammed into a wall of glass that surrounded the pig's throne.
くそ手だけやがれ。
I never even wanted to stream, it just happened. I did want to stream for a long time because I had been watching Let's Plays since, like, 2007. So since, like, YouTube started, I was already watching video game Let's Plays on YouTube, and I really wanted to, like, do stuff like that. And for a long time, I wanted to be a YouTuber that did that. But then once Twitch became a thing, then I was like, oh, streaming would probably be even more fun than doing YouTube videos. But again, like, it was just kind of like a thing that I wished I would do, but never really had, like, found the motivation to actually do it. And then once you guys, both you and Lulu, and by you I mean Sushi and Lulu, both of you guys, like, basically were like, yeah, do it, you gotta bring back the podcast. Then I was like, okay, I'll finally do it now, but you don't realize, like, how scared I was. I was like, I've never done this, I don't know how to use any of the programs. I am actually scared. And that's why, like, that first episode was so, like, actually cursed. Because it's like, I don't know, it was just not... It was not great because I never used any of those programs ever in my life. Also, if you want to stream Emmerich, absolutely go for it. Because it's always going to be hard at first because it's like you've never done it before. Like, I know for me, like, the first several streams, I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. But then once you get used to it, then it becomes easier. And yeah, as Sushi said, most people couldn't care less about the game. You're here for the commentary. You're here for the entertainer, which is me. I'm the product. That's why you guys are here. I think like 70% of the people who watch me don't even like horror games. Yeah. Azure, if you stream, I'll stream. Mom said it's my turn to be the streamer. I love it. But yeah. Yeah, it's mostly like you're here for the like person who's streaming rather than the game or anything like that. Though there's some people who are like, I'm here to watch someone play it. I want to see the gameplay. And they'll get mad when there's commentary and I'm like, guy, go away. Yeah, what would you stream, Emmerich? Oh, and Azure, you did use to stream? I actually did not know that. Like, straight up did not. I had no idea. Yeah, get out here and fight like a man. He slammed his fist into the glass, but it didn't even shake. Probably some boring management game like RimWorld or something. No, like people, there's a community for like every game. Like there are people who love just spending hours like watching people play like tower defense games and stuff like that. Like there's whole communities for basically like every single game that's out there. Like there are people who love to watch streamers for retro games or horror games like me. That's like my main thing. I love watching people play retro or horror. But there's other people who all they play is like RPG games, or all they play is visual novel games, or all they play is tower defense games. And people watch that because people love different things, and there's a community for all sorts of different things. There's probably some people who are like, I want to see people play RimWorld like real bad. I wish there was someone who regularly played that game, and you would be fulfilling that person's dream. It would be great. Oh, and Azure, why did you stop streaming, by the way, if you don't mind me asking? What I like about streaming is just about anyone can do it. It's not like there are any special requirements, and if you have fun, then it's a good time. Yeah, Emmerich, if you play Zoo Tycoon 2 or Zoo Tycoon 1 Dino expansion, I would be there day one. Yeah, see, people are there for it. So there's a community for basically anything. You just gotta start, and then it builds up, basically. Yeah. Oh, crappy laptop. Same, though. You see how much my laptop likes to crash at beginnings of streams. Though usually after the beginning, then it's fine. I don't understand why that's the case. It's like during the beginning of a stream, my laptop's like, no. But then after the beginning of the stream, it's like, okay, no, wait, never mind, I'm okay. I'm good now. There's no problem anymore. We're fine. We're all good. Maybe a train game, but those are just management too. There's a community for management games. So that's a thing. But yeah, the reason I like streaming is because of like the community and like meeting a lot of really cool people online. That's the best part. Oink, 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 too bad, so sad. See, this is tempered glass. What? Wait! It's been fun, but now I must bid you adieu. The best advice I could ever give is to play what you want and find your niche. Yep. As Sushi said, that's the best part. Yeah, if management games are your niche, then go full in on that. Absolutely. I like playing weird games and horror games and things like that, and that's what I do for my streams. He leapt up from the throne, spun in place, and then disappeared through the curtains behind it. Rusei, move! Subaru pulled out his gun and took aim at the glass. 3 shots rang out and cracks spider-webbed across its surface.
こっからは俺の出番だぜ。
My turn. He slammed bodily into the glass and it shattered, dropping Mitarashi to the floor. Are you okay?
俺のことはいい。あいつを。
I'm fine, just go get him.
わかった。先に行くぞ。
Roger, come on, team. We leapt over the glass and took off after Hatsune. Whipping through the curtains, we found ourselves in front of an elevator. It only opened on this floor in the very top of the castle. Currently, it was on the top floor. We hit the call button.
くそ。早く降りてこい。
Hurry up, damn it.
しかしワルド軍はなぜ屋上に向かったんでしょう。逃げ場がなくなるだけの。
One must ask, why did he choose to flee to the roof? Where could he possibly go from there?
待たせだな。
Hey, what's the holdup? Did you get hurt?
おいちょっとばかし傷に応えたが、あいつをとっ捕まえないことには夢に出てきそうだからな。
No, tweaked my own wound a bit, but if I don't put my foot up that bastard's ass, I'll have nightmares about him. Okay, here we go. We're hitting the top of the thing. Can a mod help? I'm being threatened by Sushi. Sushi is the mod. Evil laugh. But yeah, if Lulu was here, she would be able to fight Sushi. But sadly, Sushi is the only mod here at the moment. Because my only mods is Sushi, Lulu, Mark, and Al. And Al's not here, and Mark's not here. Lulu's asleep, so it's just Sushi. So it's Sushi is the only one here. No one's here to stop him. Well, except for me, of course. But I'm too busy playing this game. So Emmerich, I'm sorry. You were a great asset to our team, but I'm sorry, but it's been nice knowing you. I'll cry tears. Okay, I don't know where I was going with this bit, but anyway. The elevator finally arrived and we all piled into it. First I get bobbed twice in Rob's chat. Now this, wait, what? Wait, did I say first I get bobbed twice? Why did I say that? But what happened, Emmerich? Why did you get banned? The elevator's finally arrived and we all piled into it. Yeah, we got bobbed. Whoa. Count Hogstein. Sushi is rubbing off on you. He spun around panicked. In his hand was a gun.
抵抗はやめろ。
Oh, one of the mods was messing around. Was it my twins? Oh, my twin sister Sushi. I had unpopular opinions about foods. See, like pineapple on pizza. I like ranch on pizza. Oh, that had to be Sushi. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're meaning Hyper Sushi? Is that who we're talking about right now? That Sushi? That other Sushi? Drop the weapon and put your hands behind your back. Pew, pew, pew. What up? Wait a minute. It's a 32. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. No, it wasn't other Sushi. I don't know who Hyper Sushi. Oh, you don't? I don't know that Sushi. I don't know that Sushi. I don't even know how to say that name. I feel like if I tried to say it, I would mess it up. I'm sorry. But yeah, Hyper Sushi was somebody who was often in Suno's chat, and I think sometimes might still be there. I don't know. It's been a while since I saw that person, but they were in Suno's chat a lot. He said they like pineapple on pizza, be my best friend. AKA Lewd Sushi. She corrupted me. I used to be pure. Corrupted Sushi, your new username. Drop the weapon and put your hands behind your head. Hogstein's only response was to point the gun at me. What? No! As he cried out, I heard a gunshot. With nowhere to run, I just stood there, frozen. It felt like time slowed down. Is this it? Am I going to die? A whole different sort of fear washed over me. Not the fear of dying, although that was there. This was the horrible, gut-twisting fear of losing someone I cared about. This was the end. Huh. I thought it would hurt. Was I in shock? I opened my eyes. No, did he take the bullet? Shido's gun was pointed at Hogstein. I watched as the wind tugged a wisp of smoke from the end of it. Hogstein's gun was lying on the room, and I could see a trickle of blood coming from the hand that had been holding it. Nice! Nice, 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 nice. Did Subaru save me? Heck yeah, he did. Suddenly, my legs gave out, and I collapsed. You son of a... He roared and leapt at Hogstein, diving his fist into the pig's stomach and throwing him to the ground. You have the right to remain silent. Oh, I gotta head out though, my friends. I'll see you around. Oh, because stream starting soon, I'm guessing, Sushi. And if you are starting the stream, I'll try and raid if I'm still live once you start. Because I think you said you start at 7, right? Starts at 7, right? I'm not making this up. So hopefully we'll still be doing it until then so I can raid. I'll try and keep the stream going until then. But yeah. Have a good one. Love ya. I want to play Metal Gear Solid 5 again. I haven't played that one actually. It's supposed to be 7, but since I got home earlier, it's going to be 6. Okay, so you are starting soon. I don't know when I'll finish, but whenever I finish, I'll raid and try and be a better mod. Because I feel like right now I'm just kind of hanging out being like, I don't know how to be a mod. I'm sorry, guys. As he spoke, Subaru slapped handcuffs around Hogstein's wrists. No worries, but let me know how you like the game. Wait, you mean what game you're playing or just this game? Which game are we talking about? Hey, just hanging out in chat is all I need. No need to do commands or whatever. Yeah, but I do want to... Yeah, this game and the ending, yeah. I definitely will. The best mod is the mod that mods least. I don't know if that's the case, but I definitely need to get in my mind the timeout and ban commands, though. Because I want to make sure that I'm there to help if some crazy guy comes in chat. That's all I want to do. That's true. At least that's how I operate for Nick, yeah. But I don't know. I just feel like right now Lulu's the only one. Well, Lulu and Thomas, both of them, are the only ones that know what to do if some crazy person comes into chat. You can just turn on mod tools and you can see the buttons next to people's names. But here's the thing, I don't even know how to turn on mod tools. That's the problem. Like, I don't know how to do any of this stuff. That's the real issue. So I'm probably gonna try and like keep my laptop off so that I can like look up how to do some better modding stuff. But yeah. Oh no, I'm gonna get banned in Sushi's chat now too, aren't I? Nope, Emmerich, never. Just as Sushi said, never. But yeah, I definitely want to learn how to do those things just in case something happens. But yeah, because right now I'm just like, bottom of Twitch chat settings, show mod. Oh, okay. Thanks, Sushi. That's a big help, actually, because I had no idea. I was like, oh. I was relying on Lulu for basically all mod stuff. Also, if you have BTTV, you can right-click someone and choose anywhere from purge to ban. I do have BTTV, but I think I don't have it logged in at the moment, so it's not actually working for me, maybe? No, it is working. Never mind. I'm thinking of my other computer. On this one, it is working. So, yeah. So, it should work. I just never tried it on my computer because I'm usually looking on my phone. But I'll test it out. I mean, not actually testing it out. Like, I'm not actually gonna ban someone just to test it out. But you know what I mean. Anyways, I could hear the sound of helicopters approaching and the police sirens were getting louder as policemen and reporters rushed into the park. Ban me. Ban you from your own channel, Sushi? What? Anyway, I'll see you all around. Bye, Sushi. I'll see you, like, in a little bit. Bye-bye. I could hear the sound of helicopter. Yeah, I already said this.
ようやくのお出ましか。
Oh no, the police show up. Hoxine finally stopped struggling and slept down, defeated. It's over.
サキ
Saki! Subaru! Before I knew what was happening, he'd thrown his arms around me.
よかった。
Thank God you're alright. Me too, but for, you.
おいおい。ラブシーンは家に帰ってからにしてほしいもんだ。
Hey, come on, get a room, you two.
本当ですよ。焼いてほしいんですか？
Indeed, especially considering the rest of us have no one to embrace.
なんか面白くないな。
Man, this is like so lame.
よかった。
That was way too close.
でもまあ、よかったじゃん。みんな生き残ったぜ。一人も欠けることなくな。
You know, Wakasa really grew on me. At first I was like, I don't know, but now, like, I feel like if I were to do another route, I would probably do Wakasa's route, because he kind of grew on me over time. But yeah. But hey, it worked out alright, didn't it? We're all alive. Yeah. We all looked at one another and smiled. At long last, it was all over. Yay! We did it. Oh, is this our bedroom? It's so cute. Morning already. I blinked my eyes open and stretched my arms up as far as I could. It's been 3 months, but sometimes I still think I'm in that hotel room when I wake up. Which made a certain sort of sense. After all, it had been an intense week. Of course it would have left a lasting impression. Still, it had been 3 months. Once the story broke, it had swept across the country, but for the most part, we'd been left alone. Well, they left us alone after Subaru talked to them. Even after we'd gotten out of the park, he hadn't stopped looking out for us. Because of him, we've been able to go back to our lives without being harassed. Unfortunately, my uncle and the rest of the hostages hadn't been so lucky, and I'd heard there were still TV vans parked outside of his house. Wakasa has gone back to his career, and I hear Miyoshi picked up a part-time job. Urabe's turned himself in, yeah. Mitarashi is back at work, although I heard he's been really getting into video games lately. Shirabe's, well, he's still running down leads. In the end, the whole thing had remained a mystery. I mean, I never guessed that the person in Hoxine's costume was just a piglet! Of course the game would do this to be like, oh, you haven't played all the other routes, so you can't know who it actually is. Unfortunately, that piglet had been ignorant of what was really going on as we were, and the real Hoxine had escaped. Why did he do all of that to us? Who was he? It seemed like he must have been connected to the bus crash in some way, but how, we'd never been able to determine. Later, Subaru had told us that the piglets all turned out to just be normal people. They had been hypnotized or something and didn't remember anything about what had happened. What? What? That is so stupid of an explanation. Oh, geez, look at the time. I need to hurry. What the frick? I rush through my morning routine and dash out of the house. He'll get all grumpy if I'm late. And besides, I want to see him. Is it Subaru?
まさ
Yeah.
かお前と一緒にもう一度ここに来るなんてな。
It seems a little funny that we're both back here again. Yeah, it's pretty amazing they got the part back up and running at all.
お前のおじさんがだいぶ尽力したそうじゃないか。こんなに早くランドを再開できるなんて大変だったろうな。
I heard your uncle had played a big part in it. He must have put his nose to the grindstone to get it open again so soon. It's not all open, though. They don't know when they're going to finish rebuilding the hospital and the Ferris wheel. We held both hands as we walked through the park. 3 months ago, I'd never have guessed I'd be back here, and with him. It wasn't all bad, though. I got to meet Subaru. After we'd gone out of the park and back to our lives, we started dating.
おっと悪い。ちょっといいか。
Oh, sorry, could you hold on a minute? Sure.
俺だ。
Yeah, it's me. Even off duty, his phone was always going off. Although as a police detective, in a way, he was never really off duty. Oh, he's using the Kanade Boo phone strap I gave him. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. I giggled to myself when I noticed it. He made such a big deal when I gave it to him, and now it was silly, and he didn't want to put it on... About how it was silly, and he didn't want to put it on his phone, but... It made me feel warm inside to see it with him.
確かに非番だが、今忙しいんだ。じゃあな。
Yeah, I'm off duty, but I'm busy. Talk to you later. He flipped his phone shut and stuffed it in his pocket.
さあ、行こうか。
Let's go. Are you sure? What about that phone call?
ああ。いや、なんてことない。今のは仕事ではなく、流星のやつだ。
It's nothing, just Rusei. What, really?
やつはホストだからな。昼間は暇らしくて、しょっちゅう電話してくる。
He works at night, so he gets bored during the day and calls me. Oh, well, if he's not doing anything...
まさか、呼ぼうとでも言うのか？
Don't tell me you were thinking about inviting him. Why would that be bad? He's like, I just want to spend time with you. We don't want him to third wheel us. He frowned.
ダメだ。
Damida. What? Why?
ええじゃない。ええじゃん。俺はな、こう見えても案外、
He's a fine guy and all that. It's just what?
独占欲が強い。
No. I don't want to. He just wants to smash. Let me smash, he says. Because I want to smash you. And she's like, what? I don't want to share you. Ah. He wove his fingers through mine. Yeah. No.
俺はできるだけお前との時間を大事にしたい。二人きりで。
I want to spend as much time with you as I can. Just you, just the two of us, you know? Yeah. I squeezed his hand back. Saki. Yeah?
好きだ。
Skita. Ah! Ah! It was just a whisper in my ear, but his words made me gasp. He grinned. I love you too. Good.
今日は二人で目いっぱい楽しもう。
I think we're gonna have a great time today. Me too. As we walked off together underneath a brilliant blue sky, it felt like we could go anywhere, just the two of us. Wow, that's it! That's the end. What an anticlimactic ending. Well, I like this ending song so far, though. I love how they're doing a zoom in on his face in that scene, like, oh! This is one of the weird scenes where his head looks way too big. They didn't even get to play Super Smash Bros. So much hate, I know. I know. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Like, that was so anticlimactic. Like, oh, it's now over, and it's like, what? What, we're done? Okay, like, most visual novels have, like, a long epilogue sequence of them, like, oh, here's where everyone is, here's what we're doing now. Like, it's usually pretty long, actually. I was expecting it to be long, but instead they're like, oh, yeah, here they come to the park again, even though we had such a traumatic experience there. But we're fine now. Yay, they hit the deadline at that point, yeah. This game does have the feeling of, we didn't have a lot of money to make this game. Like, it definitely feels that way. Like, they needed a lot more money for this game, and they just didn't have it. I mean, look how big his freaking face is in this scene. Like, why is his head so giant? Why is it so big? What the actual heck? But yeah, they didn't have enough time or money to make this game properly, and so we just got this train wreck. But seriously, that ending was absolute not great. Like, most visual novel games give you a pretty satisfactory ending, like, oh, now we're here, but that was not it. Especially since, why would they go back to the theme park after all of that for a date? Why would they go back there after all of that happened for a date? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm honestly confused. Like, why would that happen? Finn. The end. We're at the end. Oh. And it just sends us back to the menu. And that's it. Well, if I go into gallery, what's here? Images. Oh yeah, here's the secret route, which is actually the pig. Hello. Yeah, we got all the CGs. Yeah, we did it. We did it. Woo. Well, Emmerich, basically, if we were to play all the routes, if we were to play everyone's route, like if we played Wakasa, Miyoshi, Shirabe, Urabe, Mitarashi, like if we were to play all their routes, we would get the secret hidden route, which is actually the pig. But guess what? I'm not doing that. I am absolutely not doing that. Instead, we're gonna just go on YouTube and find out what's going on there instead. We are not playing through this whole game again. I am donezo. We're good. I'm good. So this is what we're gonna do instead. I'm gonna stop this. Oh no! Oh no! You guys don't see anything on the screen. There's nothing on the screen. Don't worry about it. There we go. Yeah, see, there was nothing there. Anyways. Okay. Going here. Let's see, Sweet Fuse at your side. All routes. We're not doing that. Let me see here. Ah, here it is. Here we are. I found it. Wait, please tell me this person doesn't talk. Hello? Are you talking? Okay. I mean, I could just turn off the audio if it turns out this person talks. Okay. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay. Okay. There we go. Heck yeah. Let's see what the secret hidden route has to offer. Because I'm not playing it. But we'll at least see a part of it. Like, what